Today I'm going to talk about some tips and tricks regarding safety and security with cryptocurrency. Because of the decentralized nature of this space, a lot of the responsibility falls with you, the user, to keep your funds secure. So here are some strategies that I use and I hear from other people. It's nothing too difficult. As long as you follow these, it should be a good way to mitigate any risks from exposing yourself to like hackers or scams or any exploits or anything like that. So the first point I have is to never give away your passwords or secret phrases. This should be pretty obvious and makes a lot of sense. I guess you can maybe make an exception to like people you really trust, but for the most part, there really should be not be any reason for you to give away your passwords or secret phrases. Right? I know one common scam would be like, oh, they'll message you and be like, hey, I can double your money, just give me your secret phrase, or I can help you fix a problem, just give me your secret phrase, or something like that. Those are always going to be scams, so just never listen to those. Once again, there's no reason for you to give away secret phrases willy nilly to anyone. The second point is don't connect your wallets to fake or sketchy sites. This is kind of tricky because another scam that people use is they'll copy like well-known established websites and then they'll maybe like change the URL a little bit. A lot of people might not notice, and what happens is you end up connecting to a website that looks like the site that you want to connect to, but it's actually a fake one, and then they can use that to drain your funds. So you have to be extra cautious. One tip that a lot of people say to do is you can go to links that are provided by reputable sources. So, for example, if you're trying to go into a website with or like a DApp or like a project, you can consider going to like a CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap and then use the link provided there. Those are just some examples. The third point is don't answer DMs or open any links provided by suspicious parties. So this is similar to the second point. You'll notice that when you're participating in DeFi, they like to use a lot of like social media to keep touch with the community. So one example would be like Discord or Twitter or like Telegram. And unfortunately, there are a lot of scammers that pretend to be like part of the team, or they'll pretend they're some authority figure and they'll message you and be like, hey, uh, give me your information or connect to this website or open this link or something like that and we'll help you out. And so a lot of times they're like 99% of the time they're fake, they're scams, and once again they're just ways to steal money from you. So just um, take those DMs with a grain of salt. Maybe just don't let anyone DM you. Never respond to any of those. The fourth point is when you're sending crypto to another address, double check that you copy the correct address. Nowadays, it's a lot easier compared to like the past where you had to manually input the address. And right now, all you got to do is just copy and paste. So it's way easier. But sometimes you might accidentally delete a letter or you might add a letter or something like that. So just be extra cautious and double check that the addresses are correct because one little error could mean you lose all your funds. It could be sent to some a wrong place and then you can never get it back. The next point is consider revoking access from your wallet after you finish using a DApp. So if you're using some services like a MetaMask, they'll oftentimes keep you connected to a DApp after you've given access to it. So which they also have a service though is that you can actually revoke access from it after you use it. I might make a video on how to do this later, but basically just know that after you connect to a website or something like that, it'll save your information, and so technically you're giving access to your wallet to whatever holds that smart contract. So just be extra cautious there. And if you, for example, don't trust this particular project or website or something, just revoke access to it. That way, just gives you an extra layer of security so that they can't access your wallet. The next point is if you're using a centralized exchange, enable two-factor authentication if they offer it. So yeah, I think two-factor authentication is a great way to keep safe, especially like if you're using bigger services that offer 2FA, just use it whenever you can. And then here's a really important piece of advice, in my opinion, which is consider investing in a hardware or cold wallet. So, for example, there's like Ledger, Trezors, and I'm sure there's a lot of others out there. These are just the two that I know of. The reason why is because there's a confirmation stage or a phase that basically you have to have that cold wallet in order to confirm a transaction. If you don't have a cold wallet, oftentimes you just click submit, on the hot wallet, as they call it, and then it can go through. But with this, you have to physically have the cold wallet to confirm a transaction. So it just makes it a little bit more secure. Also, this allows your crypto to be stored offline, which is a really, really good feature to have. But with that said, though, if you do get a cold wallet, the responsibility is tenfold on you. You have to keep that hard wallet safe. So you got to put it in a safe place in your home, in a safe or something like that. And then you have to make sure that you memorize your secret key phrases if you can. It's definitely keep, or you can like write it somewhere and put it somewhere safe. But just know that if you lose these key phrases, if you forget your key phrases, and for some reason your cold wallet was damaged or lost or something like that, then that's also a way that you could lose your funds. So here's just some examples of how you can keep safe. It's nothing too challenging, nothing too difficult, but you do have to be consistent. There's a lot of scammers, there's a lot of traps, hacks, exploits in the DeFi space, unfortunately. So you do have to be extra cautious and responsible with your funds here, because if you do lose it, it's really hard to get it back. Good luck.